Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Inga Cotton. I'm the founder and executive director of San Antonio Charter Moms, and these are Charter Moms Chats, and we are still in enrollment season, which is when families are researching their school options here in San Antonio and applying for their kids to go to school for the coming school year. And some schools still have openings for the current school year as well. So today we're focusing on legacy traditional schools, which is new to Texas, but they have some important partnerships here in San Antonio, and they have a great track record in Arizona and Nevada. So to help get us up to speed about legacy traditional schools, we have Dr. Alan Seay, who's a veteran educator. I've heard him speak at the Texas Charter Schools Conference, so I'm kind of a little starstruck here. He's on Charter Moms Chat. So, and then you're in the North Texas area right now, right?
That's correct. That's where I live.
Okay. Great. Okay. So, so he's a veteran educator and leader, so new to legacy traditional schools. And then Tamela Harris is a deputy superintendent at Vertex Education, which is a management company that supports the legacy traditional schools campuses. And she's joining us from Arizona. And I've been lucky to speak with Tamela before, like as Legacy has been kind of putting down roots in Texas. So Alan and Tamela, thank you so much for joining us on Charter Moms Chat, so families can learn about legacy traditional schools.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think a lot of folks like in our discussion group on Facebook are asking like, what is legacy traditional schools? Because I've heard of it because I follow great schools across the country, but it's new to Texas. So can y'all explain kind of the mission and vision of legacy traditional schools, like what makes it unique?
Yeah, I mean, so we are excited too to be associated with legacy traditional, with them bringing their expertise and bringing their track record to Texas. They've actually been trying to get to Texas for a couple of years, and so this opportunity has presented itself. And the mission of legacy traditional schools, and I'm going to read it, is to provide a learning culture where all students thrive and excel through innovative and adaptive 21st century skills using research-based data-driven methods. And we want to do that because we want all of our kids to graduate from high school, college, and career ready. I mean, that, and not just because that's what the state says, but that's really what we want. We want kids to graduate from legacy traditional that are able to read and write and are able to problem solve and think on their own and, be productive American citizens. So that's really what we're all about.
Tamela, you want to jump in? No. Oh, she said, okay, next question. Okay. So I was wondering can y'all comment on, so like legacy traditional schools is like already well established in Arizona and now in Nevada. So what are the things that I was Googling around, legacy shows are up in like top 10 lists for, some of the best schools in Arizona. But to people in Texas, this is all news, right? There's still, but what are some of those points of pride or the success points?
Yeah. Good question, Inga. Thank you so much again. We're so excited to be here. But we were founded in 2007 in Maricopa, Arizona. The Legacy Traditional Schools Charter Network now we educate over 25,000 students across 27 campuses in Arizona, Nevada, and now Texas, which we're super happy about. And by choosing Legacy, that decision, it's really a testament to Legacy teachers and staff whose hard work and dedication ensure really, really high quality instruction. I always say it's a private school, quality teaching that you get for free, right? We're able to give those students who cannot afford to get that private education, we're giving that for free. Our campuses, they're just right for your child to learn that feeling that your child's growing academically, and it's that family atmosphere. I think that's something that we're very proud about as well. All legacy schools are known for well-rounded curriculum. We emphasize in foundation education in reading, writing, math, and we encourage the arts. We have Momentum as well as Mozart, where students can take a PE stream or they can take a musical stream if they're interested in instruments. And nowadays it's very hard to get that well-rounded education where you're getting all of these electives, and you're getting Spanish, you're getting computers, and you're getting PE and music. And so I'm very proud of that. When it comes to academic performance, Legacy takes tremendous pride in helping students reach greater academic growth than state students' growth year over year. You can look at the data and you can see that our students outperform the states that they're in. In fact, our Arizona families, they love Legacy so much that Legacy has been ranked number one in charter schools in Arizona for the past 7 consecutive years. I mean, that's a huge testament. Legacy academics performance, it continues to be far-reaching too. And by that, I mean, our schools continue to expand throughout Arizona, Nevada, and now we're in Texas to diverse student communities. So really proud of those things.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, that's what yeah, like the research I've done, like because I know it's been a process of kind of, looking at like, is Texas a good place for Legacy to expand to, figuring out the regulatory environment. But like since I've heard about Legacy and researched it, I was thinking like this is a great option for families because it fits with what a lot of families in Texas are looking for. So I was wondering, can y'all comment on this process, like sort of this relationship with what used to be called School of Excellence in Education, and those campuses are still up and running, but they've had a fresh coat of paint and they have new banners, and so it's like it's a little
Yeah.
confusing. Like we've been in on the blog and we had to like update names and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
for sure, for sure. So during the summer of 2021, Legacy received approval from its new campus site in Cibolo and approval to rename the schools, from, I'm sorry, rename the schools from School of Excellence to Legacy Traditional School Texas. And you're right, we have given the schools fresh paint, and we're renovating. We're deep into that renovation process right now, and we'll get even deeper in the summer.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, it's more than just a fresh coat of paint. I mean, there's walls going up and walls coming down, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a different campus
Right.
whenever our kids come back in the fall.
Right. Yeah, we want to take the vision that SEE had and just expand on that and transform it to be able to reach more students in those areas. In particular, we want to be more competitive, and in the world, like Dr. C was saying, we want to be able to make sure that our students are growing and developing. In a world that we know the demands of knowledge and technical skills, they're very important in a global aspect, and so that's what we want to bring as well. The effort was not only for our current students, but also to broaden the school's appeal for more San Antonio families who are looking for a well-rounded curriculum that emphasizes all academic areas of study and also encourages students to be active citizens, contributing members of their community. So that was something that we thought was a well fit with SEE at the time.
Yeah, and so we were lucky to be able to visit the Kelly Elementary campus, which is on Oblate. And so I just want to mention, like, for families who maybe hadn't heard about School of Excellent Education, like those campuses tend to be they're inside Loop 410, so they're kind of in central San Antonio. And yeah, we were very impressed. Like Dr. C said, it's way beyond just a new coat of paint. I mean, there's kind of like walls coming down and like new windows, new finishes, all kinds of stuff happening, and they're still operating the school. There aren't that many students on campus, and so they're able to like keep the students in one part of the campus while other parts are under construction, and then they're able to move the students into these like improved classrooms with new features and better technology, like gigantic screens that teachers can use interactively in front of the classroom. And just so I'm excited to come back in the fall when there's like more features that have been built out, because it's a work in progress. And of course the students are safe, and they have nice clean classrooms to work in, but there's other parts of the building that are getting upgraded. So I wanted to ask about Tamela, you mentioned the school in Cibolo. So, and that's like a new campus coming from the ground up. Okay, so there's I want to explain to folks, like, don't panic if this is coming at you too fast, because we've got a post on the blog at saychartermoms.com, and it's featured on our social media today, and it's an enrollment guide to break down, like, what are the different campuses and what's the enrollment process and things like that. So, but anyway, so there's the existing campuses that are now rebranded as Legacy Traditional Schools, but the new campus under construction is Legacy Traditional Schools Cibolo. So can y'all tell us more about that one?
Yeah, we're really excited about this. I mean, as an opportunity. So, it'll be the first time that our organization, even as young as it is here in Texas, is moving somewhere outside of San Antonio. And what better place to go, right, than Cibolo, which is a great bedroom community of San Antonio, and growing community of outside of San Antonio. We're planning on building an 87,000 square foot facility. It's right on Cibolo Road, so anybody that's going out there can see it. It's going to eventually house about 1,400 students. So to provide those folks in that school district, in that geographic area, an option. So it's going to be a typical Legacy campus, which the people in Texas don't understand what that means, right? A typical Legacy campus is a massive, beautiful structure, and it has athletic facilities so that we can do after school sports, so that we can do physical education. It also has built-in music facilities that'll be inside the schools. We'll have areas for piano lab and music and choir. It has indoor. I mean, it'll have everything that a traditional public school has, and it'll be it's a public school of choice. So anybody who wants to come can come. So we're really excited about it. I'm really, we're going to have a groundbreaking next week at that site. It'll be the 27th, so next Thursday on the 27th, we'll have a groundbreaking there at the Cibolo campus. So we're just really, I just think it's going to become our flagship for Legacy Tech, our Legacy Traditional in Texas, as we continue to build this program. So we're really excited. Anything, Tamela, that I missed? I know.
No, I think you hit the head on the nail. We're able to expand in a new place. Although we've been in the greater part of San Antonio, this is our opportunity to really expand our reach and be able to share some of the legacy with Legacy Traditional Schools Cibolo. So I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, that's a really fast-growing part of San Antonio. There's just new neighborhoods opening up all the time, and so it's really like there's lots of students looking for schools, and it can be a struggle even for the traditional public schools just to build fast enough. So you guys are just giving them an assist to build another campus, but it's offering something that's a little different, and even families in the suburbs where the neighborhood public schools are high performing in a conventional way, but it may not be the model of education that every family wants, and that's why and like it's great that you guys do information sessions and meetings and stuff so families can do the research and find out what are those differences that set Legacy Traditional Schools apart from maybe what the neighborhood option would be offering.
Absolutely.
So actually, I was wondering, can you all share maybe some examples of things that students get to do? Tamela, you mentioned kind of the like civics or sort of awareness of the community. I remember when I visited Kelly Elementary, they were very thoughtful about where to put the flagpole, right? And that's kind of part of the process of welcoming students each day. I don't know. So can you all comment on what are some of these school culture things that make Legacy unique?
Yeah. I can start, Alan, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm thinking the flag ceremony for sure. Share with them about that.
Okay, and one of the things that stand out is because we believe in civics and we know how important that is to our community. Every morning we have flag ceremony where the entire school campus gets together as a school, and we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and we a moment of silence, and then we do birthdays, and we do any announcements that the principal may have for the students. Sometimes they do tips of the day for testing, or they tell funny jokes that they think is extremely funny that the students is not don't think it's so funny, which I think is even more hilarious. And then we do what's on the lunch menu, and often students are the ones that are actually saying the pledge. It's super cute. My daughter, I love it when she gets to say the Pledge of Allegiance for the day. But parents are also invited to flag ceremony. We say student have birthdays, and students, we have a part of the ceremony that not ceremony, a part of the flag ceremony is that students get to go into a kacha prize bag, and these little things like yo-yos and just little cute things, because they've gotten caught doing something that testifies to their character at the school. Maybe they picked up some trash and they threw it away without being asked. Things like that really help grow and develop the culture of the school. And that is a part of every legacy traditional school you'll find. And it's really one of the things I believe that is a flagship for each legacy school. But something I'd like to talk about is at the end of the calendar year, last year, we had a special holiday edition, a Spirit Week, where we got to spread holiday cheer by participating in Spirit Week. Each day, our school community showed off their holiday cheer in crazy holiday sweaters, pajamas, flannels, and more. It was super cute. Just this past week, we had a campus to celebrate the Dallas Cowboys playoffs appearance with Cowboys themed Spirit shirt. So that was really cute. And we shared it all on social media. We were super overjoyed to see our students and staff supporting their home team wearing Cowboys gear. Alan, did you want to add?
Well, I'm from North Texas, so I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. So I certainly would. I don't know how many San Antonio based Dallas Cowboy fans there are, but
no, they're big here. I mean, there's a few Texans fans, but yeah, it's mostly Cowboys fans around here.
Yeah, and Inga, it's interesting. I've only been here. I'm starting my third week, so I'm still kind of learning, right?
He's doing great too.
But it's cool to be able to walk on the campuses. And be able to see the culture and the kids and the way the teachers and the kids interact with each other that tells you a lot about a school. Just being able to see the adults to child interaction, that there's care there, that there's, it's organized, but I think you said it earlier, Tamela. I think it's like a family-like environment. And so that's been cool. And it's also telling, I think, given where we're at right now with the pandemic and so much sickness and illness, and how our teachers, they're willing to go next door and teach for a teacher who's out. And I walked over here. My office is at the Lee campus, and I walked over, and the campus principal was the secretary. She was the receptionist because everybody else was out. But they're just willing to pick up and do whatever is necessary to be able to make sure that we have a place for these kids to go. And so it's just no excuses type of attitude and culture. And so I really appreciate that as a educator from outside coming in.
Right. Everyone's going to pitch in, and yeah, no one's going to say, well, that's not my job.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to share responsibility for it. Yeah. And who knows, they might, if they get caught doing something good, they might get a yo-yo out of the prize bucket, right?
Yeah. Well, I actually attended a flag ceremony that first week I was here, where they were giving out, awards, A honor roll awards and perfect attendance, and recognizing, the student of the month and that kind of a thing at this ceremony in front of the entire campus. So very, and that just goes to building that culture and that family atmosphere.
Yeah. Like bringing everyone together and talking about shared values and achievements and celebrating that. Yeah. It's really important we have to rebuild that, because the pandemic kind of scattered everybody. And
right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. But if we want to succeed, we need to come back together and find common goals, right? Find common ground. Yeah. Okay. Well, I always like to close these things out with, the practical information, how people get information, but I want to cut you guys off too soon if you have like more stories or anecdotes to share. I want to actually, we got a comment from Dea Binky, right? Who's also a new part of the Legacy Traditional Schools leadership. She said she was at the Legacy Cibolo site. How cool is that?
Yeah, right now it's just a bunch of maintainers moving dirt. So there's not a huge amount right there, but we're excited to see that thing start materializing. We think that'll happen pretty quick. So no, it's exciting, but it's also a little, I guess, scary, to think that in 7 months there's supposed to be a campus there, right?
Right.
So it's dirt for now, but it won't be long, and there'll be teachers and students on campus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Good. Okay. Well, I always like to put up on the screen, let's see, make sure people know like the website, but any other, besides just going to the website, how can families get information about like particular legacy traditional schools Texas campuses? Where can they go to apply? Are there information sessions coming up? Like what strategies? I hope this has piqued their interest and they want to research more and maybe see about how to enroll their kids.
Well, they can certainly use the website to contact our office, and we would give them a tour of our existing campuses. We're actually having a parent meeting next Wednesday, January the 26th, for the Cibolo parents. So any parent in the Cibolo area that wanted to learn more about legacy traditional, I'd encourage them to come to that parent meeting. It'll be located at the Noble Group Event Center in Cibolo, and so it starts at 6:00. And we will give, like I said, we'll give tours of this campus. One of the exciting things is soon after the groundbreaking, we will have the ability to give a virtual tour of our Cibolo campus. So people who are interested in what that campus is going to look like will be able to come in. We'll have an office in Cibolo, someplace where we'll be housed, and people who are interested can actually put on a headset and kind of walk through the campus and see what it's going to look like. So that'll be fun.
That is cool. It's like we're entering the metaverse, right?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah.
It's hard for us old people to do that.
I'm at that tipping point where I'm asking my kids for tech support now.
Exactly.
It's okay. I'm okay delegating that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these are good tools, like to be able to visualize things, and because I'm so impressed with the progress that all the new features, new improvements at like Kelly and the existing campuses. But Cibolo, it's a whole different ballgame because it's a from the ground up, drawing on all the experience of successfully operating legacy campuses in Arizona and Nevada, and making sure that all those features are there for the well-rounded education, as far as the sports facilities, the music and arts, all the classrooms for kids to learn those basics, right? The reading and math and writing, right? And of course there will be a flagpole, right, for the
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, great. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to the groundbreaking. I'm planning to be there.
Awesome.
My kids go to a coding class in Cibolo, so I drive up there all the time. I've been driving by the campus, I wonder what they're building there. Now I know. Legacy Traditional School Cibolo. So yeah, and yeah, it's a great location. It's a really family-oriented community, and there's lots of stuff for families out there. And it's near the highway, so folks on the northeast side of the metro area can access Cibolo from there. So really happy about what you all are doing. And do you want to offer any closing thoughts, any like words of encouragement for families who are thinking about dipping their toe in?
I just, I'm an advocate for public school choice in general, and have worked at several schools, several charter schools in the state. So I just, if it fits for you as a mom and a dad, if you're interested, you think that that's something that you're interested, we're going to be focusing on traditional family values. We're going to be focusing on, citizenship and civic education. If those are the kinds of things that you're interested in, then you need to give us a look. And we invite you to do that and welcome that look.
Tamela, do you have like a closing thought?
I'm just excited that we can bring what we've been bringing to over 25,000 students in Nevada and Arizona out to Texas Cibolo. And I'm excited that we'll be able to give them that choice. School's choice is just awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
yes,
we're going to teach them how to do it right. You know, Texas
Absolutely.
always does it better, right?
Right.
Teach them how to do it right.
That's right. It's Legacy Traditional Schools, Texas. Right?
There you go.
Edition. All right. Well, on that note, and yes, I'm bummed that the Cowboys didn't get very far in the playoffs, but there's always next year, right? So
always next year.
Right. And in the meantime, I can check out the progress of the campus in Cibolo. So
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing about Legacy Traditional Schools. And I really want more families in Texas to be aware of this great option and, you know, what a great track record there is based on Arizona and Nevada, and how exciting it is that now students in San Antonio can access this.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate everything you do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Seay. Thank you, Tamela. Okay. Bye.